We should do an intro.
We should do an intro. We should do an intro.
Do an intro.
You do an intro.
You do an intro.
I don't want that. I want to do an intro. Squid and bear, squid and bear.
Squid and bear, squid and bear.
We don't have a jingle yet, but
We're working on it.
somebody out there make us a jingle. Also, like a video intro. We're working on a logo, but you know we're just po white folk. Heck yeah, I can read that.
Tomatoes?
What is that? Too many tomatoes? Yeah, we'll read Too Many Tomatoes. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right there, okay?
All right.
Your hair looks great, by the way. Okay, get a different book, whatever. This is live, y'all. We're real people.
Real lives.
Real lives.
Real lives.
Chillins. Animals. So it's Monday Fun Day with Squid and the Bear. I'm the bear. This is Squid. Y'all know him from when he saved my life. From this grievous injury on my thumb.
It's close.
That was amazing.
It was close.
You want a fist bump about it? It was incredible. Oh. So, what are we talking about? Food storage? Food storage.
Cats.
That should be part of our jingle.
Food
storage. And preservation. And so, yeah. So,
Let's do it.
we're going to do it. Stand
Do
by.
it once a year.
Whoa.
And
I should probably not drop my phone in this.
no.
Okay.
Can it like Prego, and then
Like Prego? Like
have it on a shelf for about a year.
with a bump?
And now's about the right time because we got 2 jars left. And this is marinara that we did last year. We did marinara and meat sauce. This year we just did a meat sauce.
That stuff's really good.
And,
you gave me some of that last year.
Yeah, and we still have 2 of these left.
So what you're saying is, there's one for me and one for you.
Yes.
Like we're filming, but not really right now. This is what
You'll patch that in.
this is what they call filler. You know, we got a lowbrow community anyway. They're just
We're not impressive.
no, we're not impressive. They're just happy to be here. You know.
But this is kind of cool. You have to pressure can something with meat, but if you look, you can get the camera. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I got it.
This is so hot, you can see it
Oh yeah, I see
bubbling
that.
up there. What pressure canning does is get it above about 242 degrees, which kills botulism, any of the spores.
So I can't die from this. Is what you're saying?
You can't die from this.
Oh,
as
what a
long as
shame.
the lid is sealed, and when you open it, the lid is sealed, and you don't get any foul odor off of
Right.
it, you're set.
Mas bueno.
But the great part about this is that it's not just tomato sauce; it's protein.
Right.
But I mean, it just makes it easy for us, and it's great to practice this, and it makes it easy for us because now when we want to do sauce, and my wife's Italian, so she eats a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
We've got it on the shelf.
How dare you racially stereotype somebody? That's
Well, it's the truth. So,
how dare you? And you're
and then ping, there you go. You
Ping.
Heard the top ceiling.
done heard it. So you got 7 here. How many are in the pressure canner?
There'll be 7 more,
7 more in there, so that's 14.
and we'll have a little bit left that we'll either freeze or just keep in the fridge.
Right.
But I'll probably only do 14 tonight. Usually we do about 20.
And how long are they in here for?
70 minutes.
70 minutes.
Yep. Once it gets 70 minutes, once it gets to 10 pounds of pressure.
Roger that.
And so right now, all I'm doing, you can look in here. All I'm doing is I'm heating the water up, and
Right.
I'm heating the jars and lids up
Right.
to make sure they're clean.
Right.
And then I'll transfer them over, fill the jars up to a little. I do a little over 1 inch because I don't get as much spillover.
Right.
And then get them in there, get them up to temp. It'll start spewing steam. 2 different pressure canners here actually.
I see that.
This is a weight gauge, which is nice because once it gets to 10 pounds,
It rattles.
it'll rattle, and you don't have to do a whole lot. I adjust the temp a little bit, so it's not like
Right.
really pressing. Where this one was my first one that I got, and this one you have to actually dial in the temperature, but it was cheap. And so when I first wanted to start with this one, the difference too is that there's a rubber gasket that goes here. But for me on this one, it was I wanted to learn with something cheap and then buy a really nice aluminum one, which is the American Standard, I think is the brand.
All American.
All American.
All American. Nice.
And so this is literally aluminum to aluminum seal.
Nice.
And then it belts down to where this just twists.
Yeah.
And is sealed, and I've got the pieces to then cover these up. But I have to manually watch this one almost constantly the entire time, so it doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low.
So, not that I'm advocating anybody do this, but if you pull this gauge out and the rattler that's in here, okay, and you fill this up with mash. How do you make mash? 5 gallons of water, 5 pounds of cornmeal, 5 pounds of sugar, 1 package of yeast. Hold it at between 100 and 110 degrees for 5 days. 5, right? And then put it in here and bring it up to temperature. And you run a copper coil from here through a bucket of water. I'll insert some video. You can make fuel.
Ethanol.
Fuel for your truck that the truck will really enjoy. And I say that because I got this as an anniversary present from Miss Harmony a couple years ago. And I've made all kinds of truck fuel with it. In fact, I know a guy who had a bunch of peach trees and was like, hey, you want some peaches?
I'll give you some mashed up peaches.
And I was like,
I juice them.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll make some truck fuel out of that.
Make some gas.
Yeah, exactly. It's ethanol, man. It's E85. It's good for the environment. So, awesome. All right, cool. Food. It's late. We're old. Alexa, make me food. Doesn't work that way. All right, so food storage. This is a bucket.
Alexa, do you work for the CIA?
No, I work for Amazon.
Don't lie to me, Alexa.
Alexa, does Amazon have CIA contracts?
I'm not sure.
All right, so we got some buckets. What's in these buckets, bro?
All right, so just some options. I'm not going to show you all my stuff, but I have a significant stockpile of food and various things, and maybe some things you're not thinking about. And one of the reasons I had a neighbor approach me, or my next door neighbor, which he kind of knows where my head's at, and he actually started shooting long guns competition, and he's like, man, I'm so far behind, like I don't have any food. And I was like, I got you covered, dude. I go, because you saved me about $6,000 in long guns and optics that I now don't have to buy, and now I have an Overwatch.
I'm gonna look at the cat. Go ahead.
Cat picture.
Cat picture.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I got this.
Picture, show some stuff.
It's a gato. Hi, ma'am. Do you want to be on the interwebs? No, that's fine. You can stay there. You're not on the interwebs. The cat's on the interwebs. Have a seat. We're gonna not look at you.
Are you going to edit the cat out of?
No, I like the cat. This is good. This is internet gold. A cat laying there calmly on top of papers. People go crazy for this stuff. So let's see. We got some number 10 cans. What do we got here? Powdered egg, white, and something textured. Oh, TVP, textured vegetable protein, dehydrated carrots, freeze-dried peaches. So,
right,
your buddy bought a long gun.
I want to start. Yeah, he bought the long gun, and I'm like, dude, I got you taken care of because, like, you will eat. And then Laura's like, but they're all on Whole30. I said, well, if things have gone down, nobody's on Whole30 anymore.
Right.
You're eating to live. So I think I'll start with the big buckets first, because I have a variety of them. First, I do have some straight purchased sealed. This is hard red wheat, I think.
Right.
And I have the hand grinders that go with it as well. I've made bread from it. I've used it. And then on the other side is stuff that I've done myself. And if you're doing buckets,
Get a bucket popper.
get a bucket popper. It
Yeah.
will save your hands. So what you can see here, and I'm not going to open this one up, you can see the large 5-gallon Mylar bag. And so basically I went with triple barrier bucket, 5-gallon, and then inside that 5-gallon you see packages like this.
Gotcha.
And so, because I didn't want to have to open a bucket and have it
Right.
all be out at once. This way, my plan, and this is going to sound crazy to a lot of people, is that I'm going to be giving food to neighbors with my faith that I will get back
Right.
plenty more by doing that.
Right.
And the other thing I'd say about that, and you know, if you're sitting there going, "No, it's all mine. I'm going to keep it." Some of the places that I've been, the best people in the world that you might know, if they're watching their kids starve,
Yep.
will do anything.
Yep.
And I literally anything worse than what the baddest person can do. A person watching their kids starve or die of thirst.
Yep.
You don't want any of that. So, you know, my thought is I'm going to spread the wealth. I'm going to bring people on board. I'm going to take care of people. And I'm going to be taken care of in kind because of it.
Right.
So each one of these buckets then has multiple number of bags that fill this up. Oxygen absorbers, that's why you see this sucked in because it releases nitrogen. Nitrogen takes up less space than oxygen.
Right.
So as the absorbers are inside there, it sucks in the package,
Creates a vacuum.
creates a vacuum. They've actually found grain in Egyptian temples that is still good to this day
Yeah.
because it was under the right humidity and temperature conditions. So it is possible to save stuff for a long, long time. That kind of gets me into that whole Best Buy date on cans. People see that date and they chuck them, they throw them away. When it's a Best Buy for best flavor,
Heck yeah.
for best
Thank you, Mrs. Squid.
for best flavor. It's good after that. It just might not taste as good as when you bought it. So this is what I've done with a ton of my stuff. Some of the things that I would point out here is don't forget things like seasoning, salt,
Uh huh.
all that other stuff that goes with this. You know, so you can actually make something that is palatable. You need to think around that too. Salt and sugar vital. They used to give sugar to as pay for Civil War soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being, sugar. Not only would they cook with it and make bread, whatever else, stop bleeding in a wound.
Yep.
So, just multi-use other things to consider about it.
Well, and salt is where you get the word salary from, because the Roman soldiers were paid in salt.
Yeah.
Salary. Yep.
Yep. You can probably hear the canner in the background.
Uh huh.
And actually, I need to close. I need to close it up.
You're good.
Is it's ready?
You're good.
If the camera adds 10 pounds, I'd be open to it.
Please. I'm
So-
on the camera.
So I've got the pressure canning going right now. About once a year, we pressure can anywhere from 14 to 20 quarts of pasta meat sauce with Italian sausage and meat in it. And it's just a long process to do, but we literally don't have to make sauce the rest of the year.
Yep.
It's on the shelf. It might as well be Prego, but it's all natural. It's all our ingredients, and actually all the tomatoes in it are tomatoes from last year.
They're really good too.
Yeah. So then going into canning, you know, I mean, we could go, we could diverge deeply into canning, but
Yeah.
we do our own stock, save carcasses, whether it's beef or chicken or turkey. This is actually this year from the asparagus, because I'm now producing so much of the asparagus that we can't even come close to eating it fresh.
Beets.
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 Root crops are vitally important, especially if you're paying attention to the weather and see how cold it's getting lately. They're not even planting up in the Midwest right now because they have snow on the ground, and that's probably 2 or 3 weeks late.
So I told you all about the Ice Age Farmer, and I told you about this guy who told me about the Ice Age Farmer. So this is Ice Age Farmer stuff.
This right here. It actually, one of the reasons for the French Revolution was because of grain crops failing.
Yep.
And that's where the let them eat cake comes from.
Yep.
They had no food. They didn't plant anything root that could survive. And so I do a hefty portion of root. I'm of the school of thought that we're going into another solar minimum, which is going to affect global temperatures and bring them down. I think we're seeing the evidence of it now. I think we're a year or two out from where we get, 1 to 2 degrees Celsius changes, which
Yep.
will make a significant impact. Look at the crops in the southern hemisphere right now that are failing, that are getting flooded. You're watching food prices go up 3% globally, and when availability is not there, those prices are going to skyrocket.
That's another thing too. So if you're stockpiling food now, buy it now, because between devaluation of the dollar and scarcity of the food product, it's only going to go up.
Every bit of what I have in there, I looked at as an investment, just like you'd look at as an IRA or 401k
Right.
or whatever it may be. Most of the stuff that I have back there, I couldn't throw a number to it, but I know I've made money on it.
Oh, I'm sure.
By
I'm
having
sure.
it. Most of the stuff I have is circa 2010 till now, and I've added to it over time. After I retired from the military, I was a douchebag consultant for a consulting firm for a number of years, and I made a really good paycheck.
How dare you?
And so, you'll see videos, guys like, hey, you can get these for free from bakeries or whatever else. I bought them because I was a dickhead and I had the money to do it, and so I wanted the new one. Then I was just a dickhead. But anyway, so canning is a skill that you should have to preserve your food. Another skill that you should have is dehydration, and this is a mix of all kinds of vegetables and potatoes that can be thrown into a soup for a base, all ground up in the food processor. And the thought is, I want to make a soup, onions, you name it, it's in there.
So this is not weed.
This is not
This
weed.
is not okay. Just
If you
checking.
smoke this, I don't know what it'll do, but
It's gonna taste great.
one of you wants to try it, I'll mail it to you. So this is just a mix of a soup base. All of it run through my dehydrator. You don't need a dehydrator to do it.
Right.
If you look at the old ways and the way that folks in the 1800s used to dehydrate stuff, in the shade, in wind,
Right.
you can do this without having something fancy. I've supplemented a lot of what I have with a lot of freeze dried stuff. I really like Honeyville because they literally charge you $4.99 no matter what the weight is that you buy. I bought 150 pounds worth of grains or beans or something, $4.99 flat rate for all of them.
Nice.
They do a good job on their product. Their customer service is great. That bag on the end is actually powdered butter that got damaged during transport. They sent me a new can. Said just keep the other one. Don't even send it back.
Cool.
No questions asked. So that's real good. But so I supplement. You can see that. I got eggs, milk, the textured
TVP.
the TVP vegetable protein.
Yep.
And so, and we're gonna do something.
We're gonna
with
do
We're
that,
gonna
yeah.
do something with that. And then not only fruits and vegetables, because I wanted to have something to be able to add to what I have out here.
Right.
So in case I needed something, I had it. So first thing with that butter, I got a little water. I got a little water in here, and just wanted to show you how good quality something like this is. And we'll mix a little bit of it up, and you couldn't tell that it isn't butter that you didn't just open from the store. And it's all whatever consistency you want to run it to.
Right.
So it's up to you. And I'm mixing this with a spoon, and you can use it with a hand mixer or something. It'll just go faster. And there goes the canner. That means 10 pounds of pressure. So I'll have to go over and turn that down in a second. And then that's going to sit for the next 70 minutes.
Yeah, it smells like butter.
Yeah, you can start smelling it. I put quite a bit of water in this. I didn't have to do as much, but I need to start using this anyway. And we keep forgetting that it's in there.
Right.
And my wife does some baking and stuff, so
Yeah, you can smell it. It smells like butter.
yeah, and very, very high quality, really good stuff. Mr. TJ is gonna taste some of the textured vegetable protein here in a minute.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh.
That was the surprise.
Oh, yay.
So you get to taste it and go, eh.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not going to be. And we got a few different kinds. So there's a beef flavored, a chicken flavored, and then just a neutral. And it looks like, and we can open it up.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, it looks and smells like kibbles and bits. And but in a pinch, that's going to be the thing that you can throw into a quick chili.
Yeah, or stew or stock or something.
That will cover it up. But it's the protein that you need. That's not going to be just beans.
Right.
Anybody's going to eat whatever they can get their hands on if they're hungry. I personally want to enjoy myself. And so my point in my food storage has been to, put the stuff together that not only will we eat and sustain ourselves, but we'll be happy doing it.
Right.
Because my wife's a chef.
Yeah, that's butter, dude.
We eat well. She does a fantastic job cooking, and we like to taste our food. So now that we got TJ coming over Monday nights, he gets to taste our food.
That's your fault, man. You invited me over.
I did, on purpose. So now that TJ's kind of doing a mixed work schedule, I did that as a consultant for a number of years, and it's not easy. And so this is a way that I know. It just helps.
Yeah,
It helps when you're on the road.
Be around people.
Yeah. I mean, I hate people. I would rather not be around them, but there's a subset that I do like being around.
Micro, macro.
Let's go there. Yeah, hold on.
He gonna try and make me eat TVP. Oh, that's why the water's boiling? Oh, I hate your guts.
Let's put a little bit in there.
I got class, man. Ish. Maybe. I haven't even showered yet. I came right here from work. What's that, Miss Squid? I do know how to close the Ziploc bag. Yes, I'm a special human being. What are you doing?
Shaky shake?
I have a pocket full of sawdust. Pecan sawdust. Like, for real. It's like the equivalent of a snuff can. Whoa! Ow!
You liked it.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm at half-mast right now.
But I mean, if you're not putting food away, I mean, you've got to look at it as an investment. I mean, prices are going up all the time. So
Every day.
Stuff that I bought, 6, 7, 8 years ago has probably doubled in value, and is as good as the day I bought it because of the way it's put away. Don't forget about juice mixes, coffee, tea. I probably have about 20 pounds of green coffee beans.
Yep.
That I've
Yeah, you do.
sealed away too. That I can then roast and grind when it's ready, as well as a bunch of cheap coffee. Moving off of food a little bit, but other things that we talked about actually a little bit tonight was toilet paper. Like I got a
Yeah.
butt ton
A butt ton.
of toilet paper.
Especially like if you travel regularly, like he used to do and like I used to do, that spare roll of toilet paper in the restroom, just take it.
I used to bring home 3 rolls of toilet paper from the 3 nights I stayed every week I traveled, and I literally have a stack of it. And all free. I mean, I didn't pay for my travel. The company paid for my travel. So,
Yep.
I also for a time being, and I stopped and focused just on toilet paper at one point because I traveled for almost 4 years. But I would bring back the box soap that's in the hotel room, as well as the coffee, the cups. So I have cups as well, and the packs that have the sugar and napkin, and so I have a ton of that too. And I jokingly said that would be my refugee kit that I could put together. So I just throw some of this stuff together.
And now it's actually kind of a refugee kit.
Yeah. Might need to add a little bit of water to this, but
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
But you know, it gives you the, and I've had some. It gives you the feeling, you know, that you're eating meat.
Right.
Which can help to subside that, you know, that feeling of like, oh man, I haven't eaten my cow today.
Listen, if the world ends, I'll eat your cow.
I'll eat your cow.
I don't know about that.
You're about to have my cow. Now this is a great example for the canner of, like, I turned the temperature down on the burner to where I know it'll sustain it, just because I've done this so much.
Right.
And now it just sits and it'll stay at temp. For the other one, I would literally have to come back and forth every few minutes and dial that thing in until I got it right. And most of the time you're watching it the whole time. But again, that was my training canner. That was less than $100.
Right.
I could just learn how to do it before I invested $200-300, whatever the all aluminum one was.
Right. I think that's like a class 3 explosive device according to the ATF now. Just saying.
I wouldn't waste that one though. I'd waste my other one if I had to do something like that.
Don't blow up pressure cookers. We're not recommending that you blow up pressure cookers.
That's bad.
Yes. That is not Squid and the Bear approved.
Officially.
Wow, that looks so delicious.
I mean, and it's not great, but that's not what it's for.
Yeah.
It's not for great. It's for sustainment. It's protein other than beans. So,
Well, feed me.
all right.
Feed me. Not that that's hot or anything. That doesn't even
No,
look remotely
It's not hot yet.
hot.
Not terrible. 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, mix it with something.
Yeah, chili
Make
for
chili.
sure. Yeah, bury it in something else. Sauce, in marinara sauce.
You'll
Yeah.
get the texture, which is the thing that you really taste when you eat it, is texture. And you'll get the texture of meat, which will fool your brain into thinking you're eating meat.
A fool your brain, sucker.
Don't knife hand me.
That was good. Ish. You need some?
But it's all about texture. I mean, it's not eating a bean, which some people just don't like them. I mean, you're going to eat them because you have to,
Right.
if you're in that position, but if you could throw something else in there that you could fool your mind about, why not?
Why not?
Are we going to do it? The closing dance.
Closing dance.
Huh?
Until we get some professional help, we
Yeah,
have to do
yeah.
our own,
We're
we have to do our own closing and opening.
we're bad at life. We're being judged by Mrs. Squid right now. All right. Say bye, Squid.
See you next Monday Fun Day.